Welcome to the show today, fellas. I'm not sure if I'm going to share this show with the rest of the YouTube crowd. This is actually in response to a post on the forum. One of the fellows asking, your player years, you're going to settle down at what age? And I said my player years will never end. I will always have one eye on the game and work it that way. I said I'm just too warped by all the things I've done and experienced in life. And one fellow said, I don't think I will ever be like that, so caught up in the game that I cannot settle down. And I think many probably also. His English is different. I think he's trying to say many people are that way also. And that's a very strong truth. Which brings me to my point that it's not about being caught up in the game. It's about the game being in you. Does anybody understand that? The game has to be in you. That's why they say it has to be in you, not on you. When it's in you, it's a part of you, not something you can just take off like a suit or a clown face. And when it's in you, the game changes you, if you can understand that. This is why I can go anywhere in the world and still attract women, because it's in me. Women can smell it in you. They can hear it in your voice. They can see it in your walk. Women of all ages. I had game in me at birth, passed on from my father, from his father, and later developed it in life. Just as my son Tracy had game in him, and he allowed it to come to fruition in his young life. As you guys have seen, he's had women buy him so many cars. It's just fucking ridiculous. So many motorbikes. It's fucking ridiculous. And that takes game. It's got to be in you, not on you. My goal here has been to put the game in you guys, instead of you guys doing a PUA thing and wearing it like a clown suit. Because women can tell when it's in you and not any other way, in other words. Basically, women can tell when it's on you and not in you. That's how I want to say that. They can tell when you're fake, when it's not really you. That's why they start testing you. Okay? That's why I rarely got those shit tests the nerds get. Now, when it's in you, it's like a power that you possess. You're like a magnet for what you want, if that makes sense. If not, let me know. Case in point, back in the 90s, in my 30s, I already had the same stuff, women buying me cars and all this kind of shit. And I know I should have been more mature about it and been done with that stuff, but I kind of started late. I started back in the game in my late 20s. So it wasn't, I hadn't lived my time in the game. I hadn't expressed or developed my full power in the game, the ability to attract what I want, because that's what it really comes to. You gotta have that magnetic energy inside of you that you can attract and bring into your life what you want. You know, it's people who have the game in them, they get what they want. What are they focused on? And I was focusing on a lower level. I could have focused on my business, and I often thought about it during that time period and grown my business. I thought about opening up multiple chains of personal training studios, but I was too busy focused on that one particular area of it, which was expressing the game through women. But it is like a power that's in you, and it changes the way you walk, it changes the way you talk, it changes everything about you. If you ever study the pimps who are supreme masters of the game, they've got a lot of juice in them. They got a lot of voodoo, as I call it. So when it's in you, women can feel it. Women right now watching me can feel it. They can hear it in my voice. They can see it in the way I move my head and everything that I do on this camera. They can tell. They can feel you and smell you. So if you're a fellow that's struggling with your game, the thing that's really bogging you down is you haven't put the game in you. Now, a lot of people ask, what is the game then? And let me say the game is a form of self-awareness and knowing about your true power as a masculine male. I know Hollywood tried to defame pimps and made them these effeminate guys to you Caucasian people out there, but that is not the case. You got suckered and tooled, just like with a lot of other stuff. I see the American pimp as being just real men who have learned to conquer themselves. And that's what the game is, when you learn to conquer yourself. All of you guys struggling with your petty little issues, your petty little problems with women, your bitch assness, your nice guy traits, you do all the things that fuck up your manhood and destroy your ability to attract women. It's because you don't have any control of yourself. You haven't learned to master yourself yet. Case in point of it being an energy, back in the late 90s, just before the turn of the year, or maybe right after the turn in 2000, I'm not sure what year it was, I'd mastered my game. I'd had all that stuff, the cars, the clothes, all that kind of stuff. I'd mastered my ability to pull that into my life from women. And I wanted to learn about the pimp game. It was in the back of my mind. All of a sudden, my friend, who was a movie producer, TV producer, gave me this video called The American Pimp. So it must have been in the 2000s when it finally came to fruition. So I watched that movie, and then I decided to go online to see if I can find information. Now, as they say, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. That's how the universe works. That's how you guys found my channel. You guys were ready for my message. You guys are vibrating to the same frequency that I am, or most of you are. That's why you're here. The universe bought you here, whether you realize that or not. So I was ready for that message. And yeah, I guess I was early 2000s, 2001, now that I think about it. I found a website that had real street pimps talking. And it was just about the game of the business of pimping. Okay. So I got into that, and lo and behold, I go to Old Sac. I meet a girl who as a child had been exposed to that through uncles, a Latina female. And next thing I know, I'm in the game. I didn't stay. Very, very short, couple of months. Met other people in the game, couple of months. And I stopped when I saw some undercover cops following me, because I had been dating a girl that was 17 years my junior at that time, and I'm not sure if she said something or whatever, but because I had told her I was going to become the biggest pimp in Sacramento. But that was that one bad breakup that I had. I had control issues, and that was what I was in love with, was my control, not the person. She found out about some other female I was seeing, and that one female that I was seeing, a hairdresser, went up to her in a grocery store and told her, hey, I fucked your boyfriend. And I was just trying to hook my boy up with her, but we end up fucking. Anyway, that's what the game does to you. It brings women to you. You know, that it brings what you want in life. So I found my way into the Pimps Network and learned about the business of pimping. And anyway, undercover cops following me. I saw them because the game also makes you hyper alert, aware. You get a sixth sense about things. Well, I stopped what I was doing, and during that same time period, I started going out to a forum called So Suave and posting there. I just started posting there. I blasted out on the Pimps Network, hey, I just got chosen. I'm in the game. And all that kind of crap. But then I shut up about it because there were cops coming in there. But the game brought to me, my point is the game brought to me what I wanted. Okay? As I was posting on that forum, I got banned from it and I went to Fast Seduction. And from there, I got into arguments with PUA nerds. I wanted something different. Lo and behold, I just happened to turn the corner and heard about a podcast. So I started the first podcast show in this community. I wanted to improve my speaking. I joined Toastmasters, won 13 competitions in a row, 13 in a row, then went on to win division levels. Okay? Weak men don't do that kind of stuff. It's because I have the game in me, that energy. And it goes with me everywhere I go. Even being chunky, I'm now chunky because I've been losing weight, I can still attract women. When I get back to my optimum physique, I'll be back on top of it. The game got weak for a couple of years after my little brother died, and I lost that control of myself. Okay? That's why I put on weight. Now that I've got it back, it's an easy process of just losing the damn shit to where I feel comfortable. I like my big size, though. I grew to like it. So that's the thing I have to give up. But my point is that it's about your ability to control yourself and master yourself. Okay? You got to know how to master who you are as a man. And people who have mastered themselves, women can feel that special power within you. Think about all the people out there who are nervous. They get in situations where they get nervous to ensure themselves. Imagine if you had to stand up right now and deliver a 7-minute speech, like right now, how I'm talking to you. If you had to talk to people for, I'm now in 13 minutes. Imagine if you had to stand there in front of a camera or stand there and deliver something, how nervous you would be. This is a prime example of the game. The power of life is what I'm talking about. That's all it really is. You got to juice yourself with the power of life and learn how to control it, which means control you. So all those petty little problems that you have, all those little stupid, when you look back, if you conquer that stuff, you look back on it, you're going to realize how stupid that shit was. So you guys are being stupid. You're not in control of yourself. You're not real men yet. Because real men have learned to conquer that. Real men have game. That's why I'm trying to get you guys to become players, not pickup artists. Not to mix and match. Like there's a fellow on my forum who's still stuck on stupid. Still hoe chasing. Because when you wake up to the game, when you wake up to your power, when you develop all that and conquer all that, you realize the truth of the game. And you learn to conserve your juice instead of wasting it. Now that fellow's, blasting out, whining about this, whining about that, getting flaked on. People with swag don't have that. I can't think of a time when I got flaked on.